I can definitely narrow it down. It is definitely an issue with the cables that I'm using because I have the arm going up on the wall next to me onto a thing that's coming back down. Um, the problem is I had to use a USB extension cable to get it plugged in. So that connection is causing an issue. We fiddled around with it. I did multiple recordings in the last hour to just try and see how the audio came through on it, and it is definitely affected by the cable. So fixing that should be something that could help a little bit. And to that effect, I have already ordered a new cable to replace it. It was only like $6, so really no reason not to. So, now, why did it not read that off? Just ate City Barbecue, decided to order in. It was fucking tasty. It is fantastic. City Barbecue is definitely tasty. I wish they still had their, is it banana pudding? That stuff is great. Now, the peach cobbler, though, whew, it's worth getting diabetes for that. Just saying. Tonight, we are going to work on some chainmail again. I was looking at doing some. Why wouldn't the cable resolve it? I was just testing it and found that the cable connection. Chocolate salted pretzel pudding. Okay, I mean, that's worth giving it a try. Right beforehand, I was testing the connection on the cable. I made some adjustments at the microphone's pickup, everything like that. So hopefully we got some of that resolved. It sounds a little bit better. At least the testing sounded a little bit better by comparison how it was. Less tinny. It's not all gone, but it's less. But yeah, if we can get a video later about cables from. Okay, I mean, sure, we can definitely take a look, but if I can narrow some shit down, I would think that. Wait. No, no, now I've got to ask the question. Like, so you're saying having a single cable as opposed to a cable and an extension cable that are both of not necessarily good quality might not fix some of the issue? So replacing two with a single one. I feel like I might be a little bit right about this, but we'll see. We'll see. Anywho, there goes the audio transmission. Yes. I don't like that. Don't say things like that. No, I already tested it. There was an issue with the breakage in the line and the cable. Basically, when I was plugging it and adjusting the cabling, there's an issue in the cable itself. Certain cables, pricey cables, do much better at filtering out interference. Well, I mean, I bought gold-plated cables, so, I mean, hopefully my slightly pricey cable, or not pricey, but gold-plated cable might actually do better. But either way, I digress. It's something to try out. If nothing else, I can charge something with it. Who knows? Anyways, gonna do a little bit more with chainmail balls. We are then going to maybe switch over to possibly a chainmail bra strap or two. Potentially chainmail wristband for a watch. We got options, is what I'm saying. Aside from that, if we just get bored with chainmail tonight, we can switch over to games. I can either do something community oriented where multiple people can join if they want, or if they have the game, or I could do something completely new. I could pick up a game that somebody suggested for me, and we could play from there and see how I deal with something I have never played before. But anyways, yeah, we're about nearly 20 minutes into this. How about I not take off my bracelet like an idiot? Let me go. I am an idiot. Yeah, how about we switch over and Hope the fucking cameras decided not to fuck up. Thinking I probably need a decent transition frame in between me doing this and me setting the other shit up. It would make some sense. What the hell just popped? Whatever. Shit's breaking. Oh. Took its fucking time, didn't it? Alright, so we're gonna hit full screen art. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna pop on this light so you can look at my ugly mug over here. I'm not restarting that fucking computer. And this light, which is definitely not focused on the thing that I try to make look pretty. We'll zoom out a little bit so we can see that better setup. Chat up here. Actually, I'll throw events up here. That way I can see what the fuck's going on there, and then I can watch chat back there. Yep. Jelly cube out the way. So, if anybody wants to chain along with us tonight, I am going to start off by making a ball or two. You can watch what I'm doing, watch how I'm doing it. It's a smaller container, restocked a little bit. Way. Looks like we're putting teal on something. Blue, did you want to run and try and take a picture of that one extra square that was added to it? That's a yes. The phone is back there. So, how about we just do a little housekeeping? We're gonna move the balls out of the way. We're gonna just get a little bit of the cat hair off and then just make it clean. How was Lily Kira tonight? Find myself another lint roller soon. The kitties are just, ugh. They just shed so much, you know? I mean, just so much shedding. Playing some Skyrim, are ya? And are you having fun with Skyrim, or do you hate me for getting you back into it? Remember, both options are perfectly fine, okay? Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Hate me for being annoying. You can tell Blue, I lost another horse, and the one I mentioned earlier never came back. So I just keep losing horses. You know, have you tried putting trackers on them? Like tiny little GPS devices? You're like, kind of like Find My Phone, but Find My Horse. I mean, flush out all your options here. So, I mean, like, if you're like, nay, then that means you're not forcing around enough. So you want teal on somewhere. Bear tried to eat its face. All right. So we're thinking the dark teal here. This guy. Well, should probably move the microphone a little bit closer so it actually has that opportunity to pick up my voice just a little bit better. There we are. Alright, so that means we're going to need 35 of these. 5, 10, 15, 20. So yeah, I was going to be here on Wednesday, but unfortunately, I went to try and log in and go live through Streamlabs, and it's like, yeah, no, we can't find your authentication key. And I'm like, what? 25, 30, and 4. And then I started looking into it, and Streamlabs told me, hey, Twitch is having problems. And I'm like, that's not good. Must have been a tiny sound I was hearing too. Yep, I'm thinking there was an issue with the cable, so we've got some options. I've ordered a new cable to try and adjust for that, see if it works better, see if it sounds better. So we should be looking at some better sounds and stuff soon. Yeah. As I was reading through the Twitter updates and whatnot, explaining that they were having issues with it, there were people that were mentioning that while they were trying to get their stuff reset or functioning correctly, they were getting banned. Basically, while trying to adjust their fucking stream key, because the error that was coming up is that there was an issue with the stream key. So I was like, fuck it. I'm not even going to try until people are streaming more and more tomorrow. Captain Bolo, thank you so much for that resub. Or continued sub. 12 months, 1 full year. I am so sorry. It has been a year of you dealing with... So, you want to teal somewhere. Your options are pretty unfucking limited at this point. I mean, you can go this way, that way, the other way, or the other way. Blue, what is up? Spicy nuts? Spicy nuts, alright, nice. Spicy nuts are up. Saints Row is out. Any thoughts on it? Between dark green and silver, so here. That would be Seafoam. I have not looked at it yet because I am pretty fucking close to broke. I have a few projects that I've got a lot of money wrapped up into at the moment, and they are not finished, so as a result, financially speaking, it would be stupid for me to just go buying AAA titles and things that are far too expensive for me to get much return out of. And lighting and audio are always going to be the very, very big bane of my existence. There's never a perfect volume of light or the perfect adjustment to the sound that I can get it to work right. But we will have it there someday. I do want to try the new Saints Row because it's basically a reboot, if I understand correctly. The problem that I have with it is that it's cost prohibitive at the moment. That's true. There that. What? I understand that. I might wait for it to hit Game Pass. No, Blue, there's no issues with the cam whatsoever. I refuse to accept that there are issues with the cam. Thing you said you didn't want to stay where it was. It's just fucking pretzel rocks. No one fucking cares. Is that really what you... Is that truly what you use the cam button thing for? I'm gonna take that away from you. Camera as if I'm off camera. Look what you done did. I don't even know what kind of a weave that is. Son of a bitch. I think you accidentally just made me somehow do fucking half Persian chainmail. And I don't understand how it worked, but I'm going to take it apart because it's not what I need right now. Fucking trying to trick me into doing shit that I don't understand. That's not fair. Just covering up my R. By this point, if the people that are here don't know what the hell the R is for or who I am, well, thank you to those people that have decided to follow or show up for random reasons. Why isn't life fair? Hi, Sirius. Why are we coming in with the statement of life isn't fair? What's going on? It's very cryptic. Oh. So, to anybody that might not know, I have attention deficit disorder and I don't remember things. Very, very, very short-term memory sometimes, especially when I'm distracted by trying to communicate with people. And did you just fucking call me Buttercup? Somebody brought some sassiness with them tonight. I could take my balls and go home. Butterscotch is nice. I don't know. You keep talking mean like that to me. I might just have a staycation in a couple weeks. I know, Fury. I'm talking to myself again. And it's weird, and you don't understand. You don't like it, but you also don't like me having clothes because you're tearing at them like a little demon. When I get done putting together this little section of blanket, then you can come up on my lap and fucking pester the hell out of the stream. What's not allowed? Staycation? Relaxation and working on myself? Giving myself the chance to just calmly release all the pressures of life and just be like, namaste inside today. Fury, I have chatted with you already regarding these circumstances, and I have made the determination that you do not need me to fix your life, or I must camp. One must camp. There's a network error. Please try again. Seems like a really, really shitty thing for my stupid netbook to be informing me, huh? Does anybody know of a better IT guy? Like, my internet service for when it comes to like Wi-Fi in my home, garbage. Whoever set this up just does not seem to know what to do. You aren't gonna take no for an answer, were you, Fury? If Dad will not play with me, then I will jump up onto the chair. You know, one or two. What Fury? Fury, if you play your cards right, you just might be able to stay up there for a little bit longer. You want an IT girl? Nice. Is she it? I know an it girl as well. Thanks, phone. So, I go on this weird camping trip and bring all my rings so I can make some beautiful stuff. And what? Supposed to have fun or something? Right? Fun seems involved. Like I actually have to put effort into it. How about I just exist? Just realize maybe a little out of your right mind. I am always out of my right mind. I'm a left-minded person. On a side note, if I could have everybody in chat just take a moment and just think positive, happy, and like thoughts and prayers and stuff for all of the horses that Lilikira has lost in Skyrim so far. I just her plight saddens me, and I just want to give her just a little bit of recognition and just kind of give her some faith back into it. It's just like you lose so many horses and much less fun. Wrong minds, hugs. Oh no, not the horses. See, I'm looking out for you, Lilikira. We just give you some thoughts and prayers and things like that for those horses that you're losing, and just like we're gonna keep you in our thoughts for that. Just like it is such a horrible thing to lose an animated horse. So your first horse was a badass horse that fought dragons with you. I mean, I would say that is a badass horse. I can't deny that. That is like a really badass horse. So, like you think of horses, the vast majority of the time, your Pinto's basically just gonna be like, yeah, fuck this, I'm out. I'm gonna assume it was probably just a bandit or a skeever, some nonsensical little thing. Maybe it was a mud crab. Maybe it was just like some random lonely Argonian that was just like, I give you a horse. Fucking Khajiit, he's like, if you have horse, I have queen. Because it has coin if you have wares. Versus so sad. You rock lobster. Can't be a rock lobster. There are no rock lobsters. There's mud crabs. That's about it. Phone! Why are you making noises at me? I don't want those. I swore I muted you. Get up here, mute yourself, and then go back there. If I remember correctly, oftentimes I don't. When I discussed making bra straps or anything like that, those are going to be black, silver, and black ice, if I remember correctly. And the dragon weave pattern like this. That goes with silver down the center. Yeah. Well, didn't you want, the fuck? Are you muting my phone? Thank you. What the fuck is making noise? Alright. Got ourselves another square in there. Magic. Some additional colors as well. Right. Weren't we discussing like silver down one side and then black down the opposite side because it's reversible? Basically, you have a ring set that goes down one side and then a ring set that goes down the other, and basically doing the reversing allows you to have that option for being able to flip them and have a different look. Okay. Cool. That goes with silver down the center. Alright, I need to put chat back over here so I can actually see this shit. Alright, so for anybody that was chanting along with us and looking at making some balls, we are once again going to make a couple of those, and then we'll switch over to the black on the other side, another color. Okay, so to make sure that this is clear, the outside rings here are what gives you your separate patterns for the inside ring. So you'll have one side that could be like the one color, and then if you flip it, you get more prominent of the other color. So we could definitely do, say, like black ice down the center on both of them, and that'll give you a... Each side would be guaranteed black ice looking. But if you reverse them, that's where you get that extra color prominence. Or we could play around with a few different ideas to see which ones we like the best. Alright, so we have our 3 rings around 10 rings as our starter. I was thinking everything black ice and silver for the center, but yeah, maybe try just a small section the way that you're thinking. See what it looks like. Sure, yeah, we can give that a try. So that is 3, and then we got 10, so 5 on each side. So if anybody is chaining along with us today, these are 5/16 16 gauge rings that we are using. What we want to do from there, we're going to set this guy off to the side, and we want to do... Fucking A. Yeah, yeah, yep. There you go. So, the Sonic 2 movie was pretty good. Let's reload the damn player. The video is not fucking unavailable. I'm broadcasting the video. Fuck off. Just load it. Yeah, I did as well. I did. I saw the first Sonic movie, and I've now seen the second Sonic movie. I enjoyed Tails. I thought he was a really fucking awesome character. Knuckles was fantastic. They did. The second one I liked better than the first, if I'm being honest. No, okay, so the way that I looked at it is with Jim Carrey in this one, or I suppose in the first one, at least the movies are about some anthropomorphic creatures beating the shit out of Jim Carrey. I mean, it's not like it's going to change my disposition towards an actor who's just a complete and utter insane piece of shit. Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, all the people that use baby talk as some form of communication or comedy, I struggle with. That's all there is to it. Tails was definitely cute. We're closing up about 20 rings to start off with in sets of 4. Jim Carrey is hard for me to like because he supported. What the fuck was his wife's name at the time? Jenny McCarthy and that whole fucking. What was it? The anti-vax bullshit? And that's the kind of shit that put us in the predicament that we were in with the whole COVID shit. So he has that extra little amount of taint to him as well. Like they help fuel the idiots with stupidity. Jim Carrey can be okay in certain things. I'll give him that, and I give the same thing to Adam Sandler and to Will Ferrell. Adam Sandler is okay in Hotel Transylvania when I don't have to see his dumb face. Will Ferrell was okay in Stranger Than Fiction. So now that we have our 4 rings here, we are going to take another ring. We're going to loop those 4 rings onto that 1 ring. It depends on the tone of the movie there. It does. Jim Carrey, actually, I thought was fantastic in the... Let's see, what the fuck... It was the number 23. Section those guys off. He wasn't playing his typical oafish self. Right, but one of the bigger issues is that we have anti-vaxxers in general, and the simple fact of the matter is they're the ones that started that shit. Right. I like less Jim Carrey movies than I like. That's not the way to explain it. There are less Jim Carrey movies for me to like than there are the ones that I actually do like. No, I don't think I'm Englishing right. I don't agree with the anti-vax stance. He does stand for most things that I do agree with. Well, I mean, he has a standpoint in regards to violence in movies. She panned something that he was okay with acting in up until a bad thing happened that had nothing to do with violence in movies. It had everything to do with somebody's mental state and poor choice in parenting to actually look after their kids. Single Will Ferrell movie I like. Adam Sandler is a hit and miss. Well, I don't like all Jim Carrey movies. There's some I really like. See, the number 23 was a movie about Jim Carrey losing his fucking mind, trying to figure out why there is some significance with the number 23 in association with him. I'm sorry, the movie about a man losing his mind in regards to finding an awkwardness to his life having a very, very distinct connection to a specific number was Looney? I mean, realistically, that's the only point in time where I could see somebody losing their fucking mind over something that was driving them literally insane. So, I mean, it makes sense. For one, I think it does. John C. Reilly is out for me, and that's only because I saw Step Brothers about way too many times. Dude, 3 times was enough times for me to see fucking Step Brothers. Step Brothers was just a garbage movie. Nah. Step Brothers was just way too out there. It was just as bad as Talladega Nights or any of those other fucking really bad fucking movies. Just no, it's garbage. John C. Reilly, away from Will Ferrell, he can actually produce some pretty decent fucking stuff. Like he was a great fucking bad guy in Gangs of New York. Um, I've seen him pull off the nonsensical, insane character, not with Will Ferrell, like not idiot, but like kind of lost his fucking mind sort of character in Kong Skull Island. Look, see that's the thing is like Blades of Glory. I was like, all right, I accept that. So now that we have our 5 sets of 3 inside of 4, we are going to take this guy and we're going to connect these all around on the outsides. I'd love to feel that. You know what? Here, we're just gonna go right the fuck ahead and update. Or don't. There. Sure. Do that thing. Just get it done and leave me the fuck alone. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these 10 outside rings, we're going to open that back up, and we are going to link it around the 3 rings on one of these little smaller ones. We're going to grab the one right next to it on either side, and then we're going to link that through as well. And when we have 2 of them through, we're all set for that linkage. So then what we want to do is pull the ones right next to that, do another linking. So 1 through the 3. Grab another one. 1 through the 3. So we have 2 through 3. Or 2 through 3 connected to 4. Same thing, we'll just pop open the next set. We'll grab 3, wrap them around there. And we're going to grab the next one. That puts us at 3 of them on there now, so that leaves us with 4 loose rings still. 4 nice little rings there waiting for us to make sure that they're connected. Grab 3, we'll loop them right around. Grab that guy right next to it. Pop him open, loop him in there too. You might be sitting there thinking to yourself, this chainmail thing might not be for me. Maybe it's too hard or too complicated. There's way too many patterns, too many designs. But I'm here to tell you, no, you can actually chainmail as well. Chainmail is very simple. All you have to do is get yourself a set of pliers. Now, I use a specific set of pliers that I enjoy for my hands, but you can use any types of pliers. There are many different types of pliers even. So now that we have those guys all settled in there, kind of have this little flower design. It's a pretty little flower. Cute little flower here. Kristen Larry, don't know who that is. Don't care about Alicia Silverstone. Bill Maher is an idiot. Rob Schneider, nah. Lisa Bennett, don't know. Tony Braxton, Selma Blair, Jenna Elfman, Charlie Sheen. Very slightly disappointed about Mayim Bialik. Her name, hard to pronounce. You're Happy Gilmore Madison. Comedy. 51st Dates were very good movies. When I was younger, I thought it was funny. Now, no thanks other than the scene where Bob Barker kicks the shit out of Adam Sandler. That will never be awesome. No, now you've had enough, bitch. Yeah, it's kind of weird to see her not be okay with it. Just what with her degree in scientific stuff. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pop open 2 more rings. And we're going to take 2 of those sets, those little loose sets that we just attached on those 2 rings. Take 2 of them. And we're going to link the 3 ring section. These guys here. Those guys there. With another ring. We're going to make ourselves a little triangle out of those rings. See? Got that little triangle there. That's going to start our first pattern for making these balls. Let's get ourselves a small little stack here. And what we're going to do is we're going to move right next to it. We're going to add in another ring on it. And another ring next to it. Or the other set of rings next to it, I should say. Bruce Almighty had its moments. A Christmas Carol, I'm not sure I actually saw. I've just seen so many of those fucking Christmas Carol movies that I don't fucking know which one I have or haven't seen anymore. Liar Liar was okay when I was younger. The Mask is just complete and utter no. Like, I am embarrassed to ever see The Mask now. Like, that movie was just bad when I was a kid, and accepting it from there was just like, As we go around, we're just going to make these little triangles in between all of those little pairs of rings, or sets of rings that we've been doing. we have another 10 rings all the way around. Little Nicky was okay. I'm not a big fan of Mr. Deeds. I thought that movie was kind of lacking. 51st Dates, Drew Barrymore's kind of annoying. Longest Yard, I will say, was good. But I think Terry Crews made that movie more than Adam Sandler did. Or maybe even some of the wrestlers that were in it. Why are we talking about your nipples? I don't know! Though I do appreciate the Happy Madison production movies that don't have Adam Sandler in them. For instance, Grandma's Boy is one of my favorite fucking movies. I did not have Adam Sandler in it at all. It had most of his friends, but quite frankly, it's one of the most hilarious fucking movies there is. And ironically, the bad guy in that movie literally talks like an idiot, so it's fine. All we're just figuring out here is that you and I are diametrically opposed on what we think is entertaining. So now what we're going to do with what we have here, this little flower that we've made, we are going to go ahead and right, and I do too, but I just think that Jim Carrey does stupid funny. So we're going to take two off of the sides of each one of these guys, and we're going to link them to the opposing ones. Ironically, I have always defined Jim Carrey as stupid funny. Like, childish, nonsensical, just. What he does, in my mind, is not. It's not adult themed humor. It's not comedy. It's gibberish. Basically, what we want to do here. Right, when I was a kid, fucking Jim Carrey was funny, but like when I grew up, I couldn't anymore. I think what you call over the top, I call stupid funny. Anyways, we're basically just going to make a point out of those guys. Don't link anything in through this just yet, but I'm holding it up like that so you can see. We're basically trying to make 5 points in total by linking all these guys together. So you'll put 3 rings through those 2 separate sections of points. So we'll move on to the next set, and that's basically just going to pull up 2 from one side, pull up 2 from the other, so we'll have 4 rings in total. We're going to loop 3 rings through there. I don't understand how Grandma's Boy insults your intelligence. versus alrighty then being a thing. Like people having conversations about things and making jokes about things versus someone overacting. Granted, I've had this discussion with coworkers as well, and apparently, according to them, I just hate Canadians, which is fucking hilarious to me. That exactly what Lily Kura said there. That's a great representation of what I've been trying to explain and have not been able to get at all. That's not comedy. That's just adult situational children's humor. It's live action cartoons. If I wanted to watch cartoons, I'd watch cartoons. Not a grown ass man acting like a child. Circumstantially, it's okay. As Robotnik, I would say he did good, though I think when they made the joke about him being fat, they hit that concept on the head for me. Like they did exactly what I was suggesting was the issue with the character not actually being representative of true form to the character that he's portraying. The fact that they made the time to put that joke in there made it a lot better for me, being a major fan of the Sonic series growing up. But the concept of somebody wishing for somebody's inability to make or to tell lies is not idiotic. With a mask. So what we're going to do now is link our points together. So we have like a 5-pointed star here made out of the chainmail, and we're going to basically just take a ring, bring that around, and loop it through another set of the 3 rings. So we've got 2 sets of 3 rings looped together. What we're trying to do is make another triangle. So by that logic, you would enjoy the Ted movies. Child that has no friends wishing that his stuffed bear would come to life because that would give him a friend. I believe that's charming and imaginative. And there's nothing more powerful than a small boy's wish. Other than an Apache attack helicopter. Now, everybody's entitled to their own opinions on what is and isn't entertaining or whatnot. But I do find it fascinating that we all have similar descriptions of what we think is terminology for things. Like, all of us have something that we classify as stupid funny, but it's all something different that we're classifying as stupid funny. Or a lot of what we're classifying differently is stupid funny. So to me, that is actually kind of hilarious about this whole thing. Like this whole discussion that we're having. Like, we all came up with the concept of stupid funny, idiot funny, or doing dumb things, yada yada, etc. But like what we see as doing dumb things or acting childish or foolish or situationally dumb, etc., is all different. So psychologically, what does that mean? There's a different sense of humor. We see things differently. I think it's generation to some degree too. True. I knew somebody that didn't like Robin Williams. Confused the fuck out of me. Like, I'm sure there are other people out there that have problems with him, but I mean, and I accept that he's not necessarily everybody's cup of tea, but largely speaking, the man was typically looked at as being mostly well liked. I don't personally remember having any other instances where I've seen anybody say that they just did not like anything that Robin Williams did ever. True, that is absolutely true. And that same concept actually applies to uncomfortable circumstances. Um, Oftentimes, I can find myself laughing at a funeral, like making jokes and things like that, as where some other people are more somber. This is a time where everybody needs to be just downtrodden. And we can't. Hope and happiness is gone right now. We just need to respect the lifeless corpse that's sitting in front of us, despite the fact that that lifeless corpse probably wanted us to have a party instead. Because, I mean, that'd be me. Like, somebody string my ass up and turn me into a fucking puppet at my funeral. Better yet, at my funeral, for whoever ends up having to attend. My apologies to begin with. Uh, that's fair. I would prefer that the mortician that handled my body comes out and tells everybody every last thing that they had to do to me. The eye caps, the plugs, the sewing, the glue, all the fun stuff. It's like, this is how we fucking ruined him to make him presentable to you. Been listening to some weird ass shit recently. Fun fact, did you know that before rigor mortis sets in, there's something called liver mortis? Anybody guess what that is? Without Googling it? Yeah, I'm finding a lot of these things out in the last year or so, just like going through true crime stories and shit like that while I'm at work for something to do. It keeps my mind off of the fact that I'm at work and I don't want to be there. Side note, assuming my dumbass actually puts in the effort to update my resume and make sure that it's available come Monday, I will be interviewing and possibly shadowing for a job in a different fucking department in my company. Yep. Basically, because your blood is no longer pumping, it will flow to